are some of the main KPIs, key performance indicators that law firms should be tracking, looking into as a way to understand the numbers and handle them in a way that's going to get them uh, to stay out of trouble or to be successful?
Sure, absolutely. So I have really tried to cut this down as far as possible, so that people can really take this information and go look at the numbers themselves and not have to dive in too deep. So I have 9 simple numbers that you really should be looking at, really on a monthly basis. First one's revenue, right, which I'm sure most all of your listeners probably are. Second one would be like cost of goods sold. Now, cost of goods sold is really interesting. A lot of people think cost of goods sold and they're thinking inventory, right? They're thinking like it's a product, you buy a product, turn around and sell it, that's your cost of goods sold. But actually in a law firm, if you're doing like pay-per-click advertising, I would put that in cost of goods sold. It's a direct cost to your law firm to get your next case, is that pay-per-click advertising. If you're using outside attorneys to fulfill on cases or outside counsel, and you're bringing them in as contractors, I would put those in cost of goods sold as well. It's a direct cost that's going to a case before you get into, that money's not going to go to pay overhead, right? So cost of goods sold is a really important number to look at, and make sure that you have the right things in cost of goods sold. And then overall operating expenses, I like to break down into 3 categories. Your first one is your marketing expenses. Second one would be all of your payroll expenses. These are all the people that are not on contract or not in cost of goods sold. And that includes yourself too as an owner if you're on payroll. And then the third one is just all other overhead, your office, your computers, all those kind of things. And you want to look at those 3 numbers as a percentage of revenue. So that covers 5 of the numbers. Those 5 numbers off your profit and loss. Then I've got 4 that come off the balance sheet. One of them, as you mentioned, is change in AR, because that has a direct effect on cash flow. Then change in any other assets that you have. For most law firms, that's probably not going to be too much. Maybe you go out and buy like 10 computers for your office or something like that, right? That's booked as an asset to the firm. Or if you go actually buy a building or something like that, that'd be real extreme. And then change in debt, right? If you've taken on, I know people have taken on, a lot of firms have probably taken on COVID loans, PPP, all those kind of things you're going to find in your debt category. And then the last one is just your changes in equity, or your owner's draws, owner's contributions. Those 4 numbers off your balance sheet are really going to drive your cash flow. And so those 4 are really key to keep an eye on month over month and know what they're doing.